Hello guys and welcome to part 2 of I Am Machine. We're on chapter 3 and it says this part is from Lawrence's point of view. So let's start. I stood beside the guard tower awaiting the arrival of Dante so he could begin to plot a revenge on Gareth for what he made Levin and Melchi do to us. Glancing at the pathway, I saw Dante running over to me, his red cape flowing through the howling wind. It was calming to see. Sorry I'm late. I was talking to Nicole, Dante explains. I shrugged my shoulders. It's fine. The prank isn't important. Anyways, it's just a fun revenge prank. But we need to plot it, so let's go. Latching my hand on Dante's right wrist, I dragged him swiftly into the guard tower. I would drag him up the other levels, but it'd be hard considering it's a ladder, not stairs. I'll take the other ladder. Meet me at the table, okay? I said, letting Dante go. I saw Dante nod. I rushed towards the ladder, closer to the back of the tower. Once I arrived at the ladder, I gripped each bar tightly as I climbed it. Once at the top of the ladder, I climbed off it. The floorboards would creak the odd time because of the weight of the armrests. One at the table Dante was already sitting at, a candle lit on the table. I sat down and looked at Dante. Romantic, dramatic scene much? I raised an eyebrow and chuckled. Hey, I'm not well. You know that, and you know into gas. Dante said, standing up, hands in the air. Wow, is this guy gullible? I muttered quiet enough that he can't hear me. I looked up at Dante. He was scratching the back of his neck. I think he was sort of embarrassed. Well, let's get planning. Gareth should be back soon, he said quickly and sat down. This is from Gareth's point of view. I stood at the top of the hill. You could observe the whole village from here. I liked that. It was peaceful. Everything was just so beautiful. The way the ice hung down from each branch on the tree, the way they would cling together and make a calming sound. I took a deep breath and then exhaled the carbon dioxide into the air. Slowly, my body began to twitch. I couldn't control it. I fell to the ground. It was like my body was having an attack. I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop. I felt something being gripped into my right hand. I looked at my sword. It was inches from stabbing into my neck. I tried hard to control my thrashing body. I felt my left hand grip onto the sword as well. Just then, the sword came plummeting down right from my neck. This is Aphna's point of view. I sat beside Cadenza, offering to make tea as a thank you for making scarves for the boys. We were just making some small chat while she was on her break. She was done half of Dante's. So, how much do you want the scarves? I asked before taking a small sip of tea. Aph, don't be ridiculous. I don't expect you to pay me anything. You've done so much for me in the village, Cadenza explains. Great, so 30 it is, I said, kept close to my lips to hide the smirk. I watched Cadenza huff in defeat. I knew how word things to make always win in silly play-filled arguments. Oh, I'd better go. I'll leave you to get to work. Please don't think these need to be done by tonight. I'm sure the guys can wait a few days. I said, standing from the warm rocking chair I was in. All right, I'll see you later. Goodbye, Aph. Cadenza smiled and then added, Oh, thank you for the tea. It was delicious, Cadenza said as she walked downstairs to continue her work. I smiled, quickly putting on my black jacket and scarf. I almost forgot my boots. Quickly, I laced them up and began my journey back to the house to see the boys. So we don't know whose point of view this is, but it's somebody's. It says, Boss, I found him, and he's malfunctioning. So, apparently, some sort of robot is malfunctioning? I think it might be Gareth, but whatever. So this is Gareth's point of view. At the last second, I was able to control my actions and roll out of the way from the sword. The sword was smashed deep into the thick snow and the dirt. All I could see was the tip of the handle. A small clang noise was heard, meaning the sword hit an object under the snow, and possibly dirt unless the snow is really deep for some odd reason. Still shaking from the experience of my body, I was just laying on the cold ground, the snow slowly sinking out of the layers of armor I have, causing my body to become soggy. I stood up and slowly and wobbly. I felt a sharp pain in my neck. I reached down and back and pulled out a wire. It was covered in blood, probably from my back. A wire? How did that get in my uniform? And why is it so bloody? Did it cut me open? I didn't think it did, or I would feel blood. No, it would have to cut me, right? I thought to myself. With no good explanation or situation with the wire, I just dropped the wire on the ground. I watched the blood begin to take form on the white snow. A shiver ran down my spine, probably because of my wet, soggy clothing. I walked over to my sword to retrieve it. Gripping it in one hand, barely at all, I managed to pull it from the layers of dirt and snow. I began staring blankly at the sword. It had just been pulled meters of snow and dirt, with no struggles at all by me. I began to get really creepy feeling from this place, so I decided to leave as quick as possible just to get out of here. Okay, so this is the weird guy again. I saw him pull the wire from his back. I put the blood effect on it because I know he doesn't actually bleed in some areas. Oh, I need to get him somehow, even if it costs my life. Okay, so this is Aphmal's point of view. Just a second, guys. Something's going on. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Okay. So this is Aphmal's point of view. I was walking through the snow when I saw Gareth running quickly in my direction. I put my hand in front of me to signal him to stop because I was worried. He never ran without a purpose. Once Gareth was close enough, he see me, he halted to a stop. He slid on the ice all the way over to me. My hand on his chest stopped him. We really need to break all this ice, Aphmu muttered, then looks up at Gareth. Gareth, what's wrong? Are you okay? I said, trying not to panic. Lady Aphmau. I'm fine, Gareth stutters. I sighed, taking my hand off of Gareth's chest. I stepped closer to him. I could hear his heart begin to beat faster. I looked up at him and pulled his helmet off his head. I could just take a few glances at his nose, cheeks. They were tainted a rosy red. His blonde hair all messy and wild, his eyes bloodshot. He grabbed his helmet from my hand and out, if back on his head. Gareth, we both know you're not okay. Go back to the guard tower, have a nice warm bath, and relax. Once you're done, come to my place, without your armor. You can wear your helmet if you're uncomfortable, but we will be eating, so I don't know if you want to. But it's your choice, I said, then backed away. I saw Gareth nod his head, then began to walk off. I swear I saw him twitch a few times, but I thought it was just because of the wind. Once he disappeared around the corner, I began to rush to finish inviting everyone to the winter ball in 3 days at Kiki's barn. Then I'd go straight to my house to prepare for Gareth's arrival. So this is the weird guy's point of view. I heard this lady obsessing with purple, talking to Gareth about coming over for dinner. If I head out back and shoot an arrow at him, he'll go to sleep mode for long enough for me to capture him. So this is Dante's point of view. Lawrence and I have been working on this plan for hours, and it's going to be great. But the only problem is, we don't know when to do it. Why don't we wait to do it tomorrow on our day off? I mean, it's getting late. Why don't we just hang out tonight and have a good time? I said, looking in Lawrence's eyes. Good idea, Dante. Also, which dress size you fit into? Lawrence asked. Wait, what? I said, my eyes wide. We're going to the dance in 3 days. And you're going to be my date. It's a new part of the plan I added. We're going to need get your heels, makeup, a dress, and a wig from Cadenza, Lawrence said, standing up. Groaning, I stood up and walked over to the ladder. I mean, that's bad since I'm Lawrence's date, I thought to myself as I climbed up there. But then, when I reached the bottom, I saw Gareth. He was walking to the back rooms, most likely to have a shower. I, too, was waiting for Lawrence. So I got dress, heels, makeup, wig, and some brown ball things to put on my dress to make myself look like a real girl, not to try it on. Yay! Lawrence, you owe me so much after this. Okay, so this is Lawrence's point of view. Dante was trying on a dark green dress that matches my uniform cape. When he came out of the change room, he didn't look that bad. Sort of cute in a way. I quickly shook the thought on my head as quickly as it had entered. Good looking, Izzy. I put my thumb and winked. I could see Dante rolling his eyes, but I didn't care. Tomorrow night was going to be awesome. Oh, looks like I'm about to record my recording limit, so I'll see you guys next time on I Am Machine.